Uh, but let me start with the positive news. The positive news is that exponential technologies are converging today to create pathways to net positive, which were simply not even conceived of, which were simply not thought of. Just in December, we had the amazing news from the United States of America Department of Energy, which announced, and I was witness to a post announcement webinar where they explained how the path to as ubiquitous energy source would become available at scale. Now, if we can have a future where a large part of our base load of energy is available at extremely low cost in a democratized manner across grids, and that is feasible with fusion being something that now will generate the larger quantum of energy than what it consumes. Of course, it consumes a phenomenal amount of energy, but that is a pathway that we simply had not considered. Take another pathway, conversion of municipal waste to hydrogen or to green ammonia through syngas is today an absolute reality. This is being attempted at scale across our country. So it is not theory anymore. It's not something that we need to wait for too long for this to happen. Many companies are putting their hand up to actually create this pathway and make sure that we can get to net zero much faster than the 2070 limit which you mentioned our Prime Minister has already announced. For India to be net zero in 2070, every corporation, every individual, everybody who is emitting any GHG gas or is engaging in any activity that either creates water pollution or consumes more water than they are able to give back to the system will have to change course and will have to get to that net positive in order for India to get there. Take another positive converging technology. Toyota, for example, has leapfrogged from IC to hybrid to hydrogen. And they are following that course in a manner that is just exceptional. And finally, take our own agricultural sector. The innovations that we are seeing to be able to track every fruit, every apple, every mango, every chiku, or every watermelon that is being produced, and it is being produced at scale, it is trackable backward and forward using QR codes. And you could embed 135 different parameters into that one QR code. So suddenly, ESG is no longer to be viewed as a cost. It can be viewed depending on how well the strategic intent is carried forward by chairpersons of companies, fantastic companies that we have on our panel. If they were to take the strategic view that ESG will become fertile soil for competitive advantage, then this whole path to net positive can be accelerated. And I believe that is what's going to happen in India. Deloitte's research, you said, talked about 1/3 having accomplished something. Let us celebrate that. Because if 1/3 have been able to do it, the remaining 2/3 will have to follow. Because otherwise they'll get left behind in the race. To me, that is the positive aspect of ESG. But let me give you 2 or 3 other things which are extremely positive for us, for the world, to make it abundant, to make it ESG ready. Costs of technology deployment are plummeting. And we must credit the way telecom has emerged in India. All the existing telecom companies are super innovators, are on an absolute fast track. And what this is doing is it has already caused the Web 3.0 revolution to take off. 5G has taken off. We will perhaps get to 6G. I know that the government of India is already planning for 6G. And at the highest level, there is a whole lot of conversation happening on how will we transition. But the costs of both access to technology and the cost of storage have plummeted. And that is a very positive thing that is going to lead, because data is going to be absolutely necessary. Without measurement, we won't even know where we are on the ESG pathway. Third point I'd like to make, that realization is growing, the time is running out. Look at the extreme weather events that we have seen all over the world. Europe is virtually burning, steaming. 40 degrees plus temperatures in Europe, which were just simply never experienced, are today causing havoc. And those are countries, many countries like Switzerland, they never catered for air conditioning. Italy, France, they're all reeling under an aggressive summer. Or look at the wildfires that continually break out in California. Time has come when insurance will not be available for your home because the risk is too high. So therefore, the realization that time is running out is stuck. It's staring at us in our face every day. And the negative press is actually playing it up to make sure that the whole world starts realizing that time has run out. And in reality, it has, because we are consuming so much more of our planet than there is to consume. So responsible consumption, responsible production are going to become the realities of tomorrow. And the other final point I would like to make is that the world has now converged in terms of frameworks for reporting and standards to be used. And so your point, Archana, about greenwashing will be addressed because of this convergence in frameworks and in standards. I was extremely fortunate to be present when S1 and S2 were launched by the IFRS in London just about 4 weeks ago. And I saw a room full of professionals completely welcoming the fact that integrated thinking, domain-specific frameworks, integration of science-based targets, integration of TCFD. So the entire world's multiple standards and frameworks have all converged into S1 and S2. And this time, for a change, the US has been integrated into this whole process because TCFD is very much an integral part of S1 and S2. So we have this whole set of positive environmental factors, which to my mind should drive us forward in our ESG journey. Thank you.